Good evening, good evening, good evening. Noswithar. Hello, Croizo. Welcome back to the channel where we are once again on Game of Thrones Legends, and we're having a quick look at where we are. So you can see on the as it stands leaderboard wise. So normal, I am with 2 days to go, which means Tuesday, right? Random day to end it. So I'm currently second. Not going to really be pushing for first. That would just be a lot of work for not an enormous gain. So letting that one go. Hard, I'm currently first. Probably won't keep it, but we'll see. We'll see where we end up with that. I'll keep an eye on that one. Treacherous, I was 9th, probably still about 9th. Struggling to really improve my scores on Legendary, which is where my sort of weaker heroes are not doing me any favours. And Kingslayer, I think I was about 25th, 26th, if I dropped down, 31st. So I have dropped down, which doesn't surprise me at all. I might be able to push up a little bit, but I'm always going to struggle. And let's have a quick look at why I'm going to struggle. So coming off the leaderboard, we can see that I've only got to level 17, and that is where I've consistently died. Let's have a quick look, see if there's any real scope for me actually getting through this. The obvious thing would be to swap out my blue Jon Snow, because I don't really need a blue. If I do swap him out, though, I would be swapping him out for... who do I swap him out for? And therein is the trouble. I could swap him out for a red Jon Snow, so this would double up my power against the reds. I don't have a second yellow worth taking. Simple as that. There's no second yellow. So there's no point in me taking out Tormund. Tormund is kind of crucial. I could swap him for another. Basically I just don't have the heroes to swap out. So I'd be doing this and probably regretting it. Also, I will just change it so my leader is Tormund. I'm never actually sure what the advantages of the leader are. And I got Marjorie Tyrell as my healer. Let's have a go. So this is where, as far as I've got, basically. It's by this point, you can see that the team I'm facing has got more health than I have. So I need basically just to whomp it. With excellent boards and everything else. If I can get through this one, it will help me. It will boost my score, etc., etc. It does seem a touch unlikely at the moment. I'm going to target the guy on the right. I'm going for the sort of killing them one at a time strategy, which, it is so focusing on one at a time, because obviously a dead hero is better than a live hero. But that said, my tiles damage is falling on the wrong side, and my tile damage is not amazing. You can see that my health is already beginning to plummet. The combo there was quite helpful. You can see why I'm going for the guy on this side, who is at least looking like he's relatively close to dying. I don't have now any blues, so the blue tiles will do next to nothing. I do have a green, so at least the green tiles will do something, but it won't be particularly effective. You can see he's close to death, but this is just one of the grunts, as it were, who is taking all this killing. He will die now with this attack, but you can see that I've got two heroes who are less than half their health left. She will raise their health a bit, but it won't be enough to sort of offset the sheer amount of damage that's being done to me here. The red tiles will at least do extra damage against this fella because he is green, and I've got two red heroes. So I assume it will do extra damage. I don't actually know for certain. The dragon then comes in and sets me on fire. We're all burning. I'm not liking my chances very much here. I'm going to go for this guy here because he's sort of the one most prominent. This will ping him off. So I've still got all my heroes alive for another 30 seconds or so. This will trigger a little combo. So always be on the lookout for combos, because combos just mean you do that bit more damage. It's looking tough at the moment. These tiles, I think, will be ghosted. I don't know if ghosted tiles do earn more stamina, more mana charge, whatever you want to call it in this game. They possibly do. The guy in the back is looking weaker, but I'm still looking at sort of several 100,000 points of health with him. My healer goes off there. Now, the healer is kind of keeping me in the game, which is why Marjorie Terrell has become sort of so integral to my overall strategy. She's keeping me in it. And my health is back above half, which is a step up from where normally I am by now. So the 2 red thing does seem to be helping me a little bit. It's just, I'm looking, if I can kill off this guy here and then ghost these tiles up here and create a bit of space. I'm going to go for this one to get rid of the dragon eggs. Become a bit of a, in some ways you're best off trying to ignore them because you can chase them around and then you just end up missing out on sort of half decent moves. That said, they are not easy to ignore and the dragon does quite a lot of damage. So I can see my Joffrey is very close to death. There's a little bit of a health boost there from my Marjorie Terrell. Another little boost here. Puts him up to her healing skills are actually pretty effective once they kick in. So I'm going to target Mr. Fella in the middle here for now. Oop, that wasn't actually what I meant to do, but never mind. We'll just roll with it. The dragon's going to set me on fire. Oh dear, there we are. A lot of pain from the dragon. Just about managing to kill through this guy here. Red tiles should do, even with off-colour heroes, they should do some damage. The 2 red heroes, though, are going to target the green guy because they will do more damage to him. Joffrey can go back to targeting the guy in the middle, although he hits everyone anyway, so it doesn't matter so much. I think his damage is spread evenly. I don't think there's any disadvantage. There was obviously some kind of taunt thing going on then, which meant that my guys all were hitting the same fellow, which is not ideal. So I've lost my first hero. I've done quite well to get this far without losing a hero, in fairness. We'll almost certainly start losing them in droves now. Right, going for the blues, which will do nothing, but there we are. You have to live with what you got. The red tiles will do a reasonable amount of damage to this guy here, whose health is beginning to look a bit shaky, although nowhere near as shaky as all of my guys, who are looking incredibly shaky. There is... going to fire this across here and see what happens. Didn't really work out for me. Going to fire this up here and see what happens. Oh, taking one of them out. So this is the closest I've got to getting through this mission, which sort of doesn't say very much about me, really, or my teams. Marjorie has just about kept everyone alive again. Even somehow Jon Snow just about hanging in there with next to no health. But it's looking like I might just about beat this guy. He's one, normally, like you'd say, like, oh, look, I've got 3 heroes against 1 archer. And you think, yeah, this is, but he's got a lot of health. And there we are, through. So that's actually the furthest I've got on this. 23, so that takes me, that'll boost me up the rankings a little bit. Not for that much, because it's, as I say, it's the scoring now is going slow, but it will. I wish you luck, Sir Kristen. I've not seen the, what do you call it? What's it? It's not Game of Thrones. I've seen, what's it called? Something of the Dragon. House of the Dragon. Sorry, I was having a blank there. House of the Dragon. I've not seen it, so I've no idea what she sounds like. So for all I know, she could be saying it. She might have. I don't know. She could have any kind of accent you could imagine, and I genuinely don't know. And as somebody who's fluent in accents, obviously my accent skills are second to none. So this is the first time I've actually got onto this level, so that's a plus. You can see that I've swapped back in my blue Jon Snow, who is more better than my red Jon Snow, but he is not. But on this one, it makes sense to take him. So my heroes have got marginally stronger since I actually started the campaign by a sort of process of generally leveling people up all the time. That one yellow purple guy here is looking quite weakened, so I'm going to aim to kill him off next. He's definitely looking like he's a better shot than the others. So every sort of mission, I mean, obviously with these ones I'm not really playing for a high score particularly, I'm literally just trying to get through it. You can't use battle items on this game, there's no battle items, which means that you are very reliant on boards and trying to make sure that you keep your best heroes' mana as sort of leveled up as much as you can. And the dragon attack thing is very, very annoying. But you also you can't completely do much about the dragon attack. You just have to sort of accept every once in a while the dragon's going to breathe fire on you. Because if you spend your time chasing around after the what do you call it, the egg tiles, then you won't ever get anywhere. Essentially, you'll just struggle to get any hits in on target. It's worth, if you can get rid of an egg easily, get rid of it. But I don't think you can really focus on them too much, or I found that. So this fella who is, what are you? I'm guessing you're a healer. Dragonstone Mender, yeah. So he's a healer, a master of battle triage. Triage. Oh, a wonderful word, triage. Anyway, so he is. I'm not really sure why he'd be out there trying to stop me on his own. That does seem a bit flawed. I'm not a military man, but I would assume that you don't generally sort of put your medics in combat positions, unless you're going with the whole like Red Cross, we don't hurt the medics thing. But I don't think that's really going to apply if the medic's the only guy trying to stop you. But there we are. Anyway, so there's strange tactics on the computer's part, but we have to accept that. This is actually going better than I was expecting today, because I really thought I got so stuck on that previous level. I thought there was absolutely no way I was going to be getting past that, and now suddenly here I am. Look at me go! Look at me! I'm a big boy now. Hooray! And so, So this will trigger. I will get a blue 2x2 thing here. Now these things are a bit. I haven't. There must be somewhere that actually explains the rules of what they are. That wasn't one I meant to hit, but never mind. The blue thing sort of goes off and it targets somebody. It does like extra damage, so it's like pew, pew. So he did 4,000 damage, which is that's actually quite a lot of damage, even on when you're dealing with these really sort of tough enemy guys who are tough. Tough is. Now I think Joffrey will be enough to kill these two. Yeah, there we are. So that's them. Then I've got another Mender guy. Sometimes the exploding eggs can actually work in your favour, as they can sort of trigger like moves that you otherwise wouldn't have. They're obviously though every time you're doing that, they are luring that dragon that comes and breathes fire all over you that little bit closer, and that's bad. Scientifically speaking. Being set on fire is not good. So there we are, my guys get singed again. 4 enemies to go though, and I'm still alive, which in and of itself is pretty good going. I'm going to then target, right, so the red hero is going to go for the green guy. Because that'll knock more off him. These will do, I thought they'd do more than that. I'm a bit disappointed there. Do some extra damage here. The yellow tiles are hitting the red guy, but that doesn't make much odds. Healing first, just quickly, try and keep my guys alive. Joffrey hits everybody, so I don't need to target him. And then John, you know nothing, Jon Snow, can hit that guy. And that creates a bit of a hole. Jon Snow's is he a weatherman or a newsman in the UK? I want to say weatherman, but I've got a feeling I might be wrong. I've got a feeling he might be a newsreader. Just was always a random thing in the Game of Thrones. And obviously, there's always a lot of British actors go into these things because they have a good accent for being a villain. Charles Dance, is he British? I can't remember. He's my favourite. I think he's the best character in it. as Tywin Lannister. To me, he just, even the introduction of him into the series where he's busy what do you call it, skinning a I was going to say goat, but it's a deer that he's killed. You know, he just comes across straight away as being a formidable character, even though he's just talking about not a lot. I remember the first time I see him, you sort of see him introduced, and he's just in a tent, and there's not an enormous introduction to him, and you just sort of think, wowza, he's like completely dominated this scene. He's barely been in the show yet. Phenomenal. Anyway, there we are. So this has got me further than I was expecting. So yeah, this is the beauty of keep upgrading your heroes and keep trying to move forward, because that's what I've done here. I haven't actually moved up the leaderboard at all. I thought I was closer to that. Oh, no, I can see that. I've still got quite a way. I have jumped up a little bit. I'm now quite well above. I'm well above 31st, which means that I'll get the highlighted reward does appear to be exactly the same. But there's down to something slightly better. I doubt if I'll get as high as 20th. I doubt it. It's not impossible, but I doubt if I'll get as high as 20th. But we'll keep going. Anyway, so I will leave the video there. I will obviously continue. Whether the next video may well be, can I beat the big bad dragon at the end, which is possible, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, because I will have to take my healer, and she's the wrong colour. So who do I drop, or do I drop anyone, or do I just go for it, or we shall see. Anyway, so as I say, thank you very much for watching. Do please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And it just remains for me to say, however, goodbye, and may death come swiftly to your enemies.